Have you ever stared at an empty bag of chips or a chocolate wrapper, confused how it disappeared so fast? Wondering why you ate it, even when you weren't hungry? It wasn't willpower. It wasn't laziness. And no, it wasn't just addiction. Something deeper is happening inside you. Something powerful. Because the food industry isn't just feeding your body. They're feeding your fear, your loneliness, your stress, your need to feel in control. And they're doing it with precision. You're not weak. You're human. And this video will change the way you see food forever. Let's go back. Not to the fridge, but back 100,000 years. Your ancestors lived in uncertainty. No refrigerators. No Uber Eats. No midnight snacks. So the human brain evolved to crave what was rare: salt, fat, and sugar. When our hunter-gatherer ancestors stumbled upon honey, it was a celebration. The brain flooded with dopamine, a biological jackpot. Fast forward to now. Honey isn't rare. Neither is salt. Neither is fat. We're living in a 24/7 dopamine casino. The modern food system is weaponizing our ancient biology. That snack you think you love, it was likely designed by a food scientist to hit your bliss point. A perfect combo of crunch, melt, salt, sweet, fat, all dissolving in your mouth before your brain has time to process. That's not food. That's engineering. And it's working. Let's talk about your worst day. Not just any bad day. The day where everything fell apart. Maybe you failed. Maybe someone betrayed you. Maybe you just felt invisible. Now think about what you ate that day. Chances are, it wasn't a kale salad. Because when your emotions are raw, your brain doesn't want nutrition. It wants comfort. And in the brain, comfort looks like a dopamine spike. Highly processed foods light up the same parts of the brain as opioids and cocaine. Seriously. Studies using fMRI scans show our brain reacts more strongly to processed food images than to drugs. Why? Because the food is always there. Legal. Cheap. Socially accepted. You're not addicted to food. You're addicted to relief. Food has become a buffer, a therapist, a distraction, a reward. You don't binge because you're out of control. You binge because it's the only moment you feel in control. Let me tell you something they don't want you to know. The same companies that fund processed food development also fund the diet industry. They make you sick, then sell you the cure. It's a cycle. One where failure is built into the business model. Each January, millions begin new diets. By February, most give up. Not because they're broken, but because they were never told the full story. Weight loss doesn't start in the gym. It doesn't start in the kitchen. It starts in the mind. In the story you tell yourself. Do you eat clean because you love yourself? Or because you hate your body? Are you running toward health? Or away from shame? When you shift the reason, you shift the result. If this is making you think differently about food, hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about unlearning the noise and coming back to truth. Let's reframe what health looks like. Forget counting calories. Forget obsessing over the scale. Instead, eat foods that rot. Eat foods your great-grandmother would recognize. Eat foods that don't need labels. Dr. Michael Greger says, if it came from a plant, eat it. If it was made in a plant, don't. It's not about perfection. It's about patterns. A donut won't kill you. But a donut every time you're stressed creates a pattern. And patterns create your health. Or your disease. So here's a tool. Next time you crave junk, ask, what am I really hungry for? Connection. Rest. Validation. Food can't give you those. But asking the question interrupts the loop. And that's power. You will never hate yourself into lasting change. And you don't need a perfect diet to be healthy. You need a consistent one. You don't need motivation. You need meaning. What does health let you do? What kind of life do you want to live? What would it feel like to wake up in a body that feels alive? Imagine having energy at 6 a.m. Clear skin. A calm gut. No brain fog. Not for a vacation, but for you. That version of you. They're not far away. They just eat a little more intentionally. They make small decisions consistently. They remember that food is information. And every bite tells your cells a story. This isn't just about avoiding junk food. It's about returning to awareness. Food is not the enemy. It's a mirror. When you slow down, really slow down, you realize most of our eating isn't about hunger. It's about habit. When you take away the scroll, the screen, the noise, you meet yourself. And that's not always comfortable. But that's where the shift begins. You begin to see food as something sacred. Not in a spiritual woo-woo way, but in a grounded, practical, reverent way. Because food becomes you. Literally. It becomes your thoughts, your skin, your hormones, your energy. So when you choose better, not perfect, but better, you're choosing to build the version of you that's been waiting. This isn't a call to restrict. This is a call to remember. Remember that your body isn't your enemy. It's your ally. It's been protecting you, fueling you, adapting for you since the day you were born. You don't need to punish it. You need to listen. So next time you reach for junk food, pause. Ask what you're really craving. Because when you meet that real hunger, you stop chasing fake ones. If you felt seen in this video, consider subscribing. We go deeper here, no gimmicks, just truth.